What's up guys, Tyler Casey here, and I recently got Justin Odisho's Super 8 film pack, which is all shot in 4K. If you guys have seen some of my videos lately, you've probably seen that I've been using a lot of these film type effects, and I recently got Justin Odisho's pack and have really enjoyed using it. I've used a lot of these on the recent Young T.O. video that I shot, and I'm going to kind of break down those effects and show you guys Justin Odisho's pack. So the awesome thing about Justin Odisho's pack right here is that it's all shot in 4K, so it's going to fit perfectly with your files, and it also comes with some sound effects that you can use along with your videos, so you can implement those into your projects. In music videos and popular videos, we've seen film effects coming up more and more, so a lot of people are trying to get back to that aesthetic. So today I'm going to kind of show you how to use Justin Odisho's. So there's tons of different ones, so if you use some of these lighter ones right here like Film Burn, let's drag that on. So we have that. The cool thing is they have these little black notches right there. So you can just go into here, effect controls, then come over to here, multiply, and oh, I clicked the wrong one. Multiply. So the cool thing is as well is you can scale this up. So let's say you don't want to see the whole notch, or you can just get a little bit of it. So that's really cool. So he even has these long ones that you can stretch over a whole clip. And you see right here, we'll play that. We get the whole effect. Let's say we don't like that though. We want to scale it up. We can even do the edge right here, which is pretty cool. Or we can just do the whole thing. And then the cool thing about these is he also shot them very flat. So we can really go through with the curves. And we can adjust how much we can see the grain. So let's scale that back to frame size. So we're getting all those effects right there on the side. And then we can even stack these to make this a little bit more. So he also has this grain right here. And let's say we're going to drag that on. And let's say we scale that up so we don't see the notches on that one. Play around with the curves on this one. Let's crunch it a little bit. Let's see how that looks. So you can see there's a lot more speckles on this, and we can really just double this. I'm just holding Alt or Option. And then usually when I duplicate something, I just want to kind of change the time on it. It's definitely a cool way to mess around with and give your footage some different looks. I'm going to show you guys how I did the Young T.O. effect, how I added a little bit more of a Super 8 style to my thing. So for this, you're going to need Red Giant Universe, and I like to use Retrograde. So we're going to drag that on. And then usually I come down to like, you could play around with these. And then you could go to frames and vignette. Then we'll make sure we're on projector edge. And then we're going to change that to square. So I really do like the square look on these. And I think it adds a lot. And then for some reason it turns it to black and white. So I'm going to turn up my saturation to like 80. And then turn down that color process because that kind of adds a little bit too much to it. I'm going to turn this down to 70. You guys can turn off all that dust if you don't like that kind of stuff. You can kind of play with all these right here. This is where I like to combine it with what I use for Justin Odisho to really sell these effects. And then I like using, we're going to change this one to multiply. And then as you can see, as I slide it over, we get a little bit of effects right there. So what the retrograde does is it also adds 18 frames per second. So it kind of gives it that old time feel. You could play with and without that. It just kind of lags it up a little bit. I kind of like the look of it, and it kind of sells it a little bit more so it doesn't make it look as clean. And then I really like using overlays with stuff like this. So I dragged on this green overlay, and then we're just going to bring it up a little bit, brighten it with the curves because it was shot flat. And then now we have this nice little notch right here that we moved, and then it adds a lot more grain and whatnot. You can see when it comes off. The only problem with the retrograde is it does kind of take up a lot on the computer. It kind of does take a lot of CPU power to run, so it might start getting a little laggy. So like look, right in between these two clips, I'm going to drag this film burn on. So that's kind of how I did the effects in that Young T.O. video. So make sure to check out Justin Odisho's pack. Just play around with it, watch his tutorial as well, because it's really detailed on how to really use these packs and play with the color. And you can use these in really any editing program, whether that's Final Cut, whatever you guys have. All you really have to do is, I mean, you could even use green screen because he even has green versions of the LUTs in here. So you can really knock out anything on these. Let me know what you guys think below and if this was helpful. If you guys did find it helpful, make sure to subscribe and give this video a like. I'm Tyler Casey. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.